he was staying at some hotel if I'm not wrong. And unataka ipati run kuzita run kwa unataka run
si unaniambia story mimi nasikiza.
yes but he was running at some hotel and he was on that sexual harassment bullshit where the cleaners would find him naked. That's sexual harassment.
Ikonini.
And this is special. I'm not checking. And it's special mpaka imebidi Johnny by that winner's jazz.
Nothing special about the win.
The winner's jazz. So tuna record hii podcast a day after Arsenal imeshinda, after any stress kabisa. Na tuko na Ruby V
in the building.
Yeah.
What's
so
that?
fai kujita Ruby V. Nafaa kuwa Ruby the 5th. Roman numbers. So nasema so unaweza sema it's the queen Ruby the 5th.
Okay. Come from a lineage of royalty, you know.
Yeah. So Ruby ni aje?
Niko poa, uko aje?
Niko poa kabisa. Of course na kuachigi na DJ zako the podcast with no name.
Yes manze. Kwanza nimecheki hiyo jazz ya Arsenal nikakumbuka akiniambia actually the last episode akiniambia biggest team in the fucking world. Niko tu like okay.
Ni kitu moja imekuwa funny like energy hapa imekuwa just Arsenal except kuna blues kidogo but it's mostly Arsenal,
you know. Biggest team top of the table ndo
yeah it's top of the table but
yeah,
ile nimepitia on Tuesday night
what happened on Tuesday?
See game imeanza vizuri 1-0 goes to 1-1 they equalize we score 2-1 they score back 2-2 alafu hiyo 2-2 ni goalkeeper. Our goalkeeper makes stupid mistakes then they scored 3-2. I nearly lost it. Alafu stream yangu
ikaanza kuload
ikaanza kunini so vile niliachilia kumbe I'm behind.
Damn.
So nashindwa niko na stress alafu kitu kaniambia hii stream wacha ni stop tena nianze niki nini tuko 3-3 then now ikakuwa stream was stable. Wacha ifike 90 naona 6 minutes added it's still 3-3 then the last minute tukascore. I was crazy man. I jumped saa 7 usiku.
No, I left it at 3-3
yeah went to sleep.
Yeah man, I
woke up in the morning. Woke up in the morning
then I woke up in the morning naona sijui kuna mafala nilikuwa nafuata game and I was talking shit like goal. I was like fuck this shit.
Yani roho ziko huku zinadunda wasewa
because unakumbuka last week ulikuwa unataja like your lineup ukasema of course Luton is easy. That's what you said.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's talk about hip hop. So the Unkut Hiphop Awards 2023 ina go down next week
Yes, next week Wednesday tuko in the cut. Of course niko on best alternative media nominated. IKONINI kwa hapo hivyo ndani. Wasejo
baki mmetuvotia. That's why tumeangusha hii special yani mbaki mmevote. Link in the description kama kawaida. Alafu unajua Ruby lazima I know last time pia tulikupatia flowers zako lakini lazima tupatie flowers like to start a whole award as an individual and to still push it because I can try to imagine the amount of nonsense you have to deal with.
I'm saying ni crazy huku nje. First of all, hip hop is a very hard sell. Unajua I get very surprised when I see people online being like yo, Unkut doesn't ride for the underground artist anymore. Then they'll say, you know, maybe like, just to give a random example, like maybe someone like Sudo. Unajua mseni nani?
I think
Akozoza Nation. He's part of the Wakali gang. So like us within hip-hop circles, like it may sound familiar or slightly familiar because you know people around you are talking about these people. Lakini ukienda huko hivyo kwa corporate, I'm trying to sell a show, they'll be like, okay, so you know, is there enough to even sponsor? Because the hip-hop artists they know is Kali Okto, Kaka, Femi One, you know, the Yuwangeshi Ska, Wakadinali wako hapo. So I usually get very surprised when I see people being like, these guys are not even underground just because of my pop-off kiasi uko in the scene. But kwa ground vitu ni different. Very, very different.
Alafu unajua underground ya Kenya doesn't pay, so everyone is trying to be mainstream because underground ya US pays, you know. Exactly.
At least like you can fully sustain yourself off the underground scene. Na unaweza like you can get like naitwaje a bevy of fans when you anaweza didi na wewe like they'll buy your shit, they'll buy your music, merch, sijui nini. huku hivi ni very different, but I also feel like people approach the business from let me sell the music and pop off as an artist first.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people think about maybe like the merch can help me get further, like maybe I can get stickers, I can put them around matatus vitukaizo as you try to sell the music. So maybe because it works for very few people to just sell the music and pop off the music peke.
Yeah.
Awase wako kwa scene wala wako like, oh, we're not getting paid nini wanafaa ku find another ecosystem around the music that can pay their bills in the meantime as they build the brand.
Yeah. Plus I feel like right now even music pays much more than siku zetu, because the way I look at it is right now if you have a hit, the hit is going to pay you a certain amount of money. It may not be a lot, but it's going to be there, because naweza angalia kama hii ngoma ya Abanton TikToker, the remix version
yeah. That one.
Yes. Jua, of course Jua made money from bidii yangu, but these kids, because Jua hajaitisha for whatever, they've reached 1 million views on YouTube. That's our money,
Yeah.
And then but sasa if you had to go back in time akina tafsiri hii which would have hit 1 million views in that time,
exactly,
they made zero from it.
Exactly.
So saizi I think it's more of you can make money from your music. Now try. Who knew that Wakadinali would be the most streamed?
Facts only, right?
Like the most streamed on Spotify.
Like over and above mainstream artists. It's so crazy. And Wakadinali still play by underground rules as much as they've achieved commercial success. They have refused to like buy into the system, which neza sema ikona pros na cons, obviously, from a business perspective. That's theirs to like take care of and sort out in-house. But manze, who would have thought Wakadinali? Because let me tell you something. I was introduced to Wakadinali by DJ Final Cut, by the
okay.
Alikam akasema kuna maboy flani hapo hivyo in the guest lounge at the station at Homeboys. So he was like, just go speak to them and then like create rapport. Those guys are gonna be coming on air. I'm like, who are these diggers? They're like, sisi ni Wakadinali wakakam na Young Haze na Riddick. I was like, so how many minutes do you guys want to rap on air? They were like, however long, maze ataki 1 hour. At that time, like they really wanted it, so they came on air. And that was the first time tulikuwa tunafanyanga one freestyle session ilikuwa inaitwa The Sermon at the end of the show. But these guys were so good, we went like the first round, the second round, 3 times. Waki destroyed 2 beats. I remember that night social media was crazy, like seeing them come from Maze Joe, we just rappers from Umoja to like them being top of the table like that. It's crazy. Pia tunaweza sema hapo hivyo kuna work ethic, level flani that they're putting in, regardless of what you hear or what you've seen or what you've heard. Like they've been very consistent and they've stayed true to that brand, manze, for them to be top of the table like that. So kuna hopes, like if they did it, like Msian as a study, how did they do it and find a way to get in it too, maybe polish up on theirs, maybe plus or minus a few things. But I think wameprove ikitu ni possible, manze.
Okay. I always feel like ikikam to Wakadinali there is one unsung member. Who would you say is the unsung member of Wakadinali?
Damn, mwafu nezoje nieka kwa spot hivyo. Really, that's how you feel?
I feel like 2 get props and there's one dude who never gets any props. Like I never hear on a random conversation someone is going to touch him, and I listen to his shit and I'm like, damn,
that's Suicide.
Yes.
Okay.
Like even verse yake kwa nini ile part kila mtu ngoja kwa Geri Nengi ni part yake umbwa. Everyone waits for that. And because of course Domani kikam to choruses is super dope, hooks, whatever. Verses everyone waits for verse ya Ska. Because Ska is like the sticky fingers wa Wakadinali. Just sticky fingers were what are they called? Onyx. Everyone always used to wait for verse yake. Pungulu, like he'll always say some shit. You're like, that's some dope shit.
It's on here.
But sasa Sua move find like kila mtu forget, and he's also dope. So it's like that super group, where
You know, and
everyone
guys-
brings something.
Guys actually by there wata understand Siwa alikuwa kwa ndani ya cockpit 1.
Yeah.
He was on there as Wakadinali. They didn't necessarily say like at that point I don't think they were individualizing themselves like uniska undomani na unisua, but if you listen to the project you'll hear his voice in there na anakuanga na buzz.
Yeah.
I think maybe ni for like the little period of time when Wakadinali was in their formative years, maybe when they were being introduced to the core fan base of rap or hip hop, walikuwa skana na domani. So by the time Sua was like behind the lenses, so by the time afike hapo mbele it's like okay, like it's maybe an acquired taste. You either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
Like you either fuck with it or you don't, but like you spit kwanza kwa I think his verse on Balalu is one of my favorite verses out right now. And Napia, he's conscious. He speaks about what's happening kwa ground, which is the whole essence of hip hop anyway.
Yeah.
Ako fiti. I'm nominated to a drill artist of the year.
Oh, okay.
I'm nominated to drill. I'm nominated to a lyricist actually.
Oh, artist. Yeah, because he's a lyricist. Yeah. After talking of verses that talk about what's happening right now. Kuna verse moja hit majuzi, like I'd heard it before but passively, but then I was listening to it, I was like damn, ushasikiza hatufi leo ya Kalamashaka.
Kashaka. Yeah.
Funny enough, everyone, kila mtu akisikia Kashaka, everyone goes for Vigeti's verse,
Yes.
because of course Vigeti, wordplay and everything, rhyme schemes, wordplay, but to me hiyo ngoma ni verse ya Kama, because Kama now it talks about ati squeeze nasikia tunaitwa Hustler Nation, and it tries and breaks it down vile squeeze you go on TV and there's someone nilipatiwa 500 nikatengeza milioni, like shut the fuck up, najua like haukupatiwa. So he actually breaks that down vile tunadanganywa na watu, like kama unaweza turn 500 shillings into a million,
ni watu wangapi huko nje wangekuwa wameta 500 into the same milli, come on.
Hiyo ni donene. So kuna hiyo, alafu kuna
Kashaka by the kabla hata to move wako this year's Lifetime Achievement Award recipients manze. The your Lifetime Achievement is for OGs in the game obviously who've been doing it, and I think it was like timely with 50 years of hip hop Nini.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, to celebrate
because they're arguably the Sugar Hill Gang wa Kenya
manze. Nitakurushi hiyo swali umeniuliza about Wakadinali. I feel like there's an unsung member of Kashaka.
Funny enough, I'd say ni Kama, because nishaona nisikia watu wakipraise Otero on my side. I've had people praise Otero, I've had people praise Vigeti. Kama is rarely praised, but now maybe it depends na circles zako. In your circles, who's praised is Kama there, because Vigeti is always
solid.
praised.
It's not even a conversation.
Yes.
Vigeti is up there obviously.
Yeah. So
mi naweza sema Otero around me. I feel like he's been slept on quite a little bit. But when you listen to like what he's writing and what he's spitting, he ako in there. Ako in there mbaya sana, and he's also like a very I'd say still approachable. Or say too, they're happy with the way that the culture how far it's come. Vichka hizo, and I think as Unkut pia inakwanga with the awards especially a celebration of your old and new, because when I was getting on radio, like a lot of the new guys would complain the old guys like they're distant Nini, and I was just like na nikienda kwa the old guys, they're like the new guys, they're not reaching out. So
I think kuna ile suspicion ya nini, like Kenya tumekuwa na hiyo ni mentality ya crabs in a barrel, and we've always had the mentality it's not enough for everyone. So kuna kuwaga na hiyo suspicion ya umse nikimpatia props, akipatiwa props mi sitakuwa na enough. Lazima, so kumekuwa na hiyo attitude ya watu hawa people don't trust each other enough. That's
actually like a thing. It's almost like silent competition. You don't want to promote someone's song, someone's video because you think no one is going to pay attention to yours. But I think in easy times, kuna time during hip hop ilikuwa only one person gets through the gate, like Kaka kona rain yake,
yeah.
Oktua kona rain yake. Then Kali, I think, is the one who's held it down.
Longest.
For the longest period of time. But I think with the new kids on the block, like it may spread you around. Like a bunch of people can do shows, a bunch of people can get endorsements.
Yeah.
So I think your silent competition inaenda ikiisha.
Because I was surprised me kusikia ati Wakadinali were more streamed than Kali. That surprised me.
Imagine that didn't surprise me.
Because me niko na assume Kali juu ya the fact that
Reach.
you know his sound is more international. So niko na expect kuwe na nini. And it also shows the way Africa to a certain level is full of shit. Because let's be honest, I was talking to a South African. After I was telling him like, yeah, Kenyan rappers was like calligraphy. I was like, who? Like, fuck you.
Imagine.
Like, unajua, if I tell you a cardinali and you're like, who?
Yeah.
Ntaelewa because they spit in Sheng, they spit in... Like, this motherfucker spits in English.
Yeah.
Like, you should have heard him by now
true.
if uko serious. So kuna hiyo alafu so lyricist of the year wataje nisikie
lyricist of the year tuko na Suicide, wacha tufungue kwenye mtandao. Tuko na Suicide, Asam Gavi. How do you feel about Asam Gavi, Mwaf? Umemsikiza hata enough to form an opinion?
Yeah, I need to.
You need to get on
vile
there.
Nasema like you are the Kenyan like hip hop encyclopedia. So after hapa sindio after hapa sasa unaenda kusikiza watu juu like okay, who did Ruby the Fifth recommend. Yes, I think
Asam Gavi ni beast kwa streets of Caterpillar is on there.
Caterpillar, of
Lyricist, Suicide, Jack Will. Have you listened to Jack Will?
I think maybe one song or like not enough to form an opinion still.
I honestly feel like Jack Will has all the potential to like really blow up on an international platform. Yeah. Like I think he would be an easy export.
Okay.
If he got the right structures and stuff around him, like all his albums are just conceptual, the way he puts his bars together, the way he writes his lyrics. Like only naweza sema ni artist complete.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have Tanzania out Kitusua pia ako in there.
Sua is always there.
Baby.
Like for
Kenyans. Exactly. And then we have a representative from Tanzania this time round to mefanya UG and TZ as well.
Oh, okay.
So we have this guy called Fresh Like anaitwa Basi Baby.
Siata nini? Alidis Kali.
Yeah. Alidrop your Dear Brian. Yeah, he's on there ako kwa bill as lyricist of the year. So like guys are voting. Another thing nasikianga ni rumor like I decide who wins. Honestly, I have absolutely nothing to do with that. The fans decide who wins what. Like msanii, if they're feeling fresh, they don't want to tell their people to vote for them, and then it goes to maybe like somebody else mwenye ame campaign harder. That blame mayezi rudi kwa Uncut. Us guys will streamline the categories. We'll be like, these are the guys we've seen when you're anaizana, then you guys decide who takes it.
So in other words, stop being Azimio.
Come
campaign.
on.
Campaign.
Watu wafike kwa ground.
Watu wabaki wame campaign. So kwa nini hukuweka like these usual suspects, Scam, Cardinali, Calligraph? Why they not there for Lyricists of the Year? Because those two motherfuckers.
They be spitting. You know what the funny thing? I think Ska has been winning Lyricist of the Year since like 2019, I think. So there's a panel and guys were like, let's spread the whatever around.
Yeah, keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh. So CRT, like we're denying Ska's pen game, Amakali's pen game. It's only, we can only nominate enough. And akina Kali na Ska wame nominate kwa other categories that are heavier. The both on Best Male. Kali ako kwa Best East African Artist. Na Ska ko Best Male against Myth, Caterpillar, Kali. I think he might hold his own.
Yeah, because hiyo verse ya nani Ska on Lifestyle. Damn.
Kali.
Damn.
Yo, listen, let me tell you, me at a wasi shangai when I hear a dope Ska verse.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what did we expect? When I shangai, the parts where I get surprises when I'm like, what did he just say? Those are the ones that catch me off guard. Lakini ni moja mbili. Scar's pen game is solid.
And of course nani, because I feel like Kali became so successful that the dude does not get credit for his shit.
Facts.
Because itakuwa hard, like mwambiaga watu like Rada Safi. The first time nilisikia Rada Safi, I was traveling to my brother's funeral and I was like, what the fuck, the rhyme pattern iko kwa Rada Safi. So hiyo ninja ipatagi, because I feel like people root for the underdog. So when you're no longer the underdog,
they assume that umepata enough that you don't need to hear that shit, like as if it would ever get boring to be told maziwa ni mdope endelea kufanya hiyo. I think watu wana assume he's been in the game for a minute, so si ameski hiyo shit enough anyway.
Because he come to like rhyme schemes, no one fucks with.
Facts.
Like he'll drop an occasional punchline, because Kenyans don't understand what fucking punchlines are. So musikiaga watu wakisema like musikiza vigeti jo hapana. I'm like vigeti si mtu wa punchlines. Nacheki walanguzi wa punchline dudes, like they used to say some crazy shit, you'd be there like what the fuck do you mean Nikoloki ka kifuli ndogo. I'm like fuck you man, some funny shit. And it's like
dismiss competition. Kama whatever
yeah,
or Islands.
At you missed us kama mtu amepoteza punda ama unajua like so they'd have those fucking lines, you're like so those were them. But nani Vigeti, Kali, those are rhyme scheme wordplay dudes, like rhyme patterns, crazy rhyme patterns. Let's say but Kenya ni kama kila mtu alikama ka understand rap is all about punchlines, so they can't say you're dope if you don't have punchlines. And so kuna hiyo the same way Musa maga like ikikam to the most diverse ama the most like the rapper you can never predict ikikam to content ni King Kaka. King Kaka has the biggest club bangers and the saddest shit tunaona baadaye
anakupeleka huko exactly.
So Dundai ndiali tengeneza tunaona baadaye. Do you see how crazy that is? So you have lazima upate, because watu wengi unapataga if their party it's only party. And that's where they thrive. Him you can never know what he's going to do. Political shit wajinga nyinyi.
I think wase pia usahau like the music is also the soundtrack of our lives. Like if you can release a banger that can be played at a wedding, no one is ever going to forget manze kuna this rap song that was so beautiful that you know played at my wedding. When you're going to your dunda and you're turning up with the homies, when you have music that you can play during the funeral from like even better when it's coming from one rapper, so then you know like this is a complete artist that you know I can really mess with. Wase I think wanakwanga caught up in either releasing like what's trending, you know, like what's happening on TikTok kama sai, ama just releasing a track for the sake of maze, like everyone in the studio has gassed me up that this is a hot record, so like inanidi toke leo. I don't think people think about the long game evil. Nah.
Alafu pia ikikam to unique voices, I don't know if you have that thing. There are a few people wale stataja, but there are watu kunumusikiaga voices zao zinaanza kuwa annoying. There are people who I've heard
siwataje mwafu kwani unaogopa
zizi kuna watu nishasikia voice at first the voice I was not just with the voice and then with time like the more I understood the artist I loved it. I love like their voice. But at the beginning I was like what the hell is this? I feel like the first time nilisikizaga trio because mimi nikabuda niko like it's out here, but you know nowadays I like when that kid starts rapping I want to listen because he's also a lyricist.
That's a spitter.
Now to how like he's still a kid hajafikisha
exactly
ndio nafikisha 19 this year. By the time he's 30
exactly. If he keeps his trajectory. It's so funny that you say that, because yesterday I was also having a conversation with someone who said the exact same thing. Like he couldn't get past Trio's voice because of, you know, and I feel he's older, he feels like the raps like, you know, he's above it, but Nico like, yo, when you listen to Trio actually that boy he can write. And we also need to give him time to explore things for a young man his age. Wezi mweka like spit like coal or you know Nas Nata Jaishi Maisha enough to actually spit that shit. but yo, that's
yeah but
He's dope.
his voice grew on me kuna artist siwezi taja who their voice grew out
Imekata.
of me
Eh.
it's like a female rapper. I find their voice to be super annoying nowadays. Kitambo sikuwa nafind ikiwa annoying.
Huyo
Alafu
ni-
now
na-
someone I find super interesting, like her voice is very distinct. Shazzy B akianza
yeah.
kurap with that voice of hers,
It's almost
I
like
like-
it's
it's
from the nose
interesting.
type shit. Yeah.
Like,
And
can't
then
you
she's
go
on
even
a
the-
boom bap beat.
yeah I'll be like,
Yeah.
sana,
She's been nominated for mixtape of the year with Boss Lady Shazzy 1.
yeah
Ama ni Boss Lady 1. Yeah. Kwa hapo kwa mixtape EP of the year. Shazzy B is definitely one to look out for. Nilikuwa nafanya hood shows. Nilifanya I think 2 shows. We're supposed to do like 4 in November. So we did one in Rongai, then we did one in Dandora.
yeah
And there's this rapper who came to me alikuwa like, yo, what do you think of Shazzy B? I was like, I like her. Like, I like her style. Anajituma, anajikaza, you know, she knows her place. She just plays her position. And then he was like, yo, this is one of the hardest hustlers nishaona huko nje, like them anajituma. And I was like, yo, seeing women actually hustling, because I think a lot of people also expect vitu fall on your lap because you're pretty or you're a woman. Kuona msichana put in the work ni impressive.
yeah so shout out to Shazzy B because you're like she's on the come up.
Yeah, man.
She's on the
Anajikaza. Love that.
yeah so kumekuwa na nini so which other female FMC? Because
yes.
of course we have the usual suspects. We have Saru. Saru of course is crazy. Like ile ngoma kwa ni cheki
You ni
cheki sana.
tamu.
Yeah, but Azizi unajua I always give people like some of the best songs mtu ashafanya.
Yeah,
So cheki ni ile like ilikuwa yetu.
Yeah.
So that was wasiseme how dem fanya tu bangers peke yake like club bangers whatever. So she's nene nani mum like igi sana because I find her to be super crazy.
Nani?
Even like her antics mpendaga antics za Mandy.
Nilikuwa najua tu utasema hivyo.
Yeah. Unajua like as an artist you have to stand out and I feel like Mandy stands out in her own way. But sasa niko sure kuna watu hatujaisikia and that's where we come to you as the encyclopedia which girls are here wale ni underground wale
show. Actually Sume mention Saru na Mandy. Saru won best female I think in 2020.
Yeah
And then Mandy won best female in 2018 when we done like an online show. This year I'm nominated for a very controversial category, Gengetone Artist of the Year.
Yeah
The purists in hip hop are like, Gengetone at a hip hop show, like fuck that. Nini.
Get the stick out yes
Yeah,
Musa
come
magaibo
on.
because watu watoe kijiti kwa rasa like let's just accept kuzimia still even put Gengeton rappers now put under hip hop because it's the same way mimi if you are to have the American conversation I never listened to Lil Wayne but people love Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But nimekam ku accept that like if I'm seated somewhere and we're talking about the goats mi nitakuwa hapo na my Jay-Z's and my Nas's and my Commons and my Black Thoughts and someone will be like Lil Weezy.
Exactly.
And I respect that.
Exactly.
Like so lazima to respect pia watu wa Gengeton because they made hip hop spread in its own way.
Yeah. I mean like it is rap. They first of all use the most key element of hip hop music, which is rap.
Yeah.
And then I would say it's not like they have a home. You know, Genge, we considered Genge rap music, right? Because it was like very close to hip hop music. It literally was localized hip hop. And then Gengetone is an evolution of that, which is like introducing the musicality, the danceables, nini. Alikuwa anauliza why Gengetone. I'm like, this thing has already been accepted by the Grammys. Sisi hapa mtaani ndo unataka, we're still saying nah.
Purists.
This shit ain't right. Yeah, we're being purist about like I know what hip hop music is and what it is not. And it's just like, but then I was also on that bandwagon for no, Gengetone can't be nominated for a hip hop award show. But like, there's no denying kuna pen game. Saru spits, Chiomio spits. When you listen to Brida, he still spits as well, like akifanya stuff. So like, these are rappers. Where do you want them to go? You know?
Because we have always classified trio and Trio and nani Breeder. Yeah, I know I classify them as gengeton artists. They just know those are hip hop motherfuckers.
You know?
Like it's never sijaika chini kwa like Trio ni gazi.
Yeah.
Kuna wasenta chukua kama gengeton kama X-Ray. Because X-Ray is not trying to be a lyricist.
Or Benzema, yeah.
Yes. But Trio and Breeder, those motherfuckers are trying to be out.
Yeah, they're trying to do some shit. Facts only. So I hope like that clarifies, because it's like we actually did it before. It was a back and forth kwa group ya panelists.
Yeah.
Of course kulikuwa na purists hapo hivyo. I won't mention them, but they know themselves.
Yeah.
They were like, oh no, Gangaton is not hip hop, and then wengine wako like yeah, we should definitely add it. And then ilikuwa tu like hip hop sindo tunakwanga the most secluded. We're always the ones who are like, we can't let anyone inside the club. But like other genres in Kenyan music, it's not a problem. When a hip hop artist wants to do a kapuka song, it's fine. When they want to do gengeton, it's fine. Dance or whatever, abanton sai. But then when it's those artists wanting to experiment with the hip hop beats, sindo chuko like, nah, you can't cross this line. And that definitely in a suffocate culture, I easy spread out, you know.
I have to put it in context. Me for a very long time, vile nikikam vile na to American rap as the gauge, I've always taken Lil Wayne as gengeton. Ya huko
isi ni crank.
Tukiangalia BET awards, you'll find Lil Wayne there, and you'll never find now wale wasemina classify as hip hop. So it's music is very, what is it called, like subjective.
Yeah,
so what someone takes as this, another person takes as this. So kuna hiyo nene.
If you can just get past the beat sounds like this, because even when you look at American hip hop, you will always see these artists doing all types of music. What a drop ngoma R&B, dance hall, still go back to the hip hop roots, and no one ever classifies and be like, oh, because you dropped to dance hall type. Kama vile Nicki na French wali do freak. No one is out here saying now you're a dance hall artist because you hopped on a dance hall beat. We're the ones who usually just, oh, you can hang with us type shit. Nata itusaidie in any way, manze.
Because nakumbuka ukisample nini, ukinisample ya Capleton back in the days, and ulikuwa unaangalia rhyme scheme yake like,
so arike. I used to tell him like back in the days, like if you come to Jamaican singers, to me Capleton, King Shango would have made a very dope rapper. So unajua ushasikile ngoma it's a raggy road, road is so rough, the rhyme pattern kwa hiyo kitu it's just that he's nailing, but the rhyme I'm like, damn, this could have made a dope rap song, because I've always nimekuwaga hivyo like fascinated with rhymes and rhyme schemes so much that I always say some bongo songs like just
would fit into
rap, like the rhyme patterns. Like kulikuwa na ngoma ya this Mbosso guy, is this song where you agame hina. Know that song?
I know that song.
He goes to a wedding and whatever. Yo, like kuna time yo rhymes you kukuru, and if it makes sense, yo kukuru dunduru. I'm like, fuck, this is some rapper shit. This is some rapper shit. Yeah. So but unapataga, then eventually unasikia Rayvanny started out as a rapper. Then,
and also like I think also hiyo ni props to hip hop over how much influence it has, like over dance hall. Even like sometimes these Afrobeats guys be trying to be on that shit too. Kama imekubalika worldwide, and you know whatever style or whatever beat people choose to express their rap music on, I think wasi wanafatua let creativity yao flow. Plus it's still like a very formative industry. Kenyan industry bado haija get its shit together. So if we haven't got our shit together already, and we start telling people from jump like you can't do this and you can do this, there would be nothing to like purify and export. Unaona ka Nigeria, if like it's a bunch of artists and now the best ones are the ones who get exported, should be the same thing here as well.
Because I don't know if ushaiwachi kila clip ya KRS One. There's a short clip of KRS. KRS waga he says why hip hop became this worldwide movement. and yosemaga it became the worldwide movement because of the first people to hear it. So sujavule KRS anakuaga so this guy goes to the other guy and he's like and it's like you're dope man. I've since aliambwa you're dope akaendelea kufanya aseulizaga what if the first person anamwambia that's trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Angezima your flame at that point.
Kabisa,
But
facts.
because kikam now later in life you've listened to raps the 1970s and the early 80s the rhyme schemes were very simple. Najua ilikuwa siku za kuraimisha cat and hat sindio? But then through that tunafika up around 86 87 we get the Rakims. We get the LL Cool J's at 85 they start making it complex mpaka saizi tumefika level ya the Eminems who of course I never listened to and the Tech Nines those really technical rappers. Yeah, so kuna hiyo nini like
evolution.
but, yeah
Evolution
but mtu wa kwanza
for sure.
angekuwa mtiaji Mkenya fulani a whole movement would have died.
True story. True facts.
That's trash.
Let the kids have fun, manze.
Yeah.
So it's
so
a young time. So best female artist,
yeah.
Femi One, Wangeshi, Groovy Joe.
Oh, okay. There's another nikumbusha kuna Nasty Bar.
Rosary definitely,
Yeah.
but Diana Codes.
Diana Codes and
MC Yala wa Uganda. Apparently someone was claiming like this MC Yala is I don't know, she has Kenyan roots. But the Ugandan panelist alikuwa anasema she has like single-handedly helped in exposing the Ugandan market to like international, like Europe and stuff. But kitu nimenotice about like Ugandan hip hop manze Joe is like it's almost lacking. I want to say lacking, but wacha niongeze almost.
Yeah.
Because most of the music that like they've been making or sending in for submissions in Nini, they're like maybe fused with dancehall, fused with R&B.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say like there's actual, hip hop music coming out of UG. But there's a bunch of nominations because obviously representation, and we definitely had to recognize some of the people who have been putting on for like UG hip hop, especially Saiju tuko kwa hiyo East African conversation. So akina The Myth, Navio, Nini wako nominated. Lagum, the rapper, kuna producer fulani anaitwa Samurai. Tunaambiwa he's been on holding down for UG hip hop for like the last 10 years. Big Trill. Unakumbuka umse wa Party After Party?
Yeah. Party After Party.
Yeah, he has a new song called My Guy. It was nominated for Video of the Year. Yeah, so na The Myth akona EP of the Year, Systemo. There's a couple nominations coming from UG, but and they're very enthusiastic about it. But the guys are going crazy voting nini. So mi niko excited kuona polls zitakaje at the end of the no, your MC Yala apparently is the founder of Nyege Nyege.
Nyege Festival.
Yeah, she's going to be here na come to perform. I was saying, can she get a chance on stage to showcase herself? And I was like, makes sense for
that makes sense.
Yeah, that international, exposure, whatever. Since you're nominated, like wacha hata wase wajue who you are in the first place.
So kitu nataka kujua kinini awards yako inaka crazy like uko na wadhamini? Yeah, lazima tujue jo, because I remember the last one, because last year we skip ama
last year we skipped it,
but before kulikuwa na Hennessy.
Yes, we did have the Hennessy show. Tuko na this independent French distributor of wines, and it was Le Decanter. Obviously I'm butchering that shit because I don't speak no fucking French.
Excuse your French.
Literally. She's a French lady. Wakona vineyard and stuff in France. So most of the stuff that she distributes ni stuff that's been made
Okay.
at the vineyard. They're coming through, and then location has also agreed to partner. Itakuwa ina happen hapa hivi Expressway Lounge,
Yeah.
just hapa hivi Mombasa Road next to Imara Mall.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a new club. Nilisikia grand opening yao, they had Alikiba. But then I was like, how come I didn't even know about this shit? So I was like, okay.
I think even Eric Omondi was involved.
Yeah?
I think I saw kitu kama hiyo. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yo,
okay.
that club is,
Alikuwa
it's so large. Like they have a gardens where they already have a stage. Then wakona an indoor stage. They have a VIP lounge, which
Yosko kuna El Nino, so mtakuwa ndani lakini
tutakuwa ndani Nini kuna VIP lounge that has different sound from downstairs. Like it's a pretty extensive club, so I'd believe that they would pay whatever amount of money for whichever influencer to come through. So tuko now niko na Power Max EA who will be handling the lighting situation as well. So venue inakam na, you know, obviously the venue, some lights, but kuna wase wata add on, you know, to the vibe of the thing. We also have an open call for artists saizi. If you want your art showcased, especially wase wa 3D sculptures, Nini,
okay,
bring your art out so that we can have like a makeshift gallery type. Definitely want all the elements of hip hop culture to come alive. For the longest time nilikuwa napatiwa grief about the dress code, but you know the dress code remains. And
umesema ni suti,
please,
okay,
kabota nini,
so suit it up. So Mr.
Tuxedo,
Mr. Ian anakuja kuturepresent hiyo siku cause mimi nitakuwa on radio, but you'll be suited up.
Sana ukuja after party mwaf.
But after party pia lazima nikuje nikiwa suited up, ama naweza kuja sasa nikiwa some
usikuje na hizi ati Arsenal jersey.
Arsenal itakuwa inacheza that
like
Tuesday,
the top of the table.
I think kuna Champions League, but we've already qualified top of the
sawa,
so that tushinde
ama mshindwe
ajal. Hiyo siku tunafaa kucheza zizi tuko kwa hiyo Champions League group yetu. We already top, like we can't, even if we lose our next game we'll still be top. Unazangalia, so I don't think we need to win. So me, what I'll do is I'd send out the kids, najua, like everyone else who does not have experience in Champions League, this is their chance to play. That would be my whatever, because we still end up top. So
hakuna shida,
hakuna shida, acha watu hiyo wacheze.
Kiburi kwa hapa.
Lazima tujichote. Nimeangalia ni point ngapi?
kona 12 points
na next team
PSV with 8.
Yes.
So even if you
they
guys
win,
lose,
yes,
the elephant still stays on top.
on top of the tree.
So
Okay, meeting is strong this season.
So but tukigo back to hip hop awards, like vile nikwambia at the beginning lazima nikupatia credit, because najua you could have given up, but you have this dream.
Nah, continue with this speech. Niko serious.
Zizi. You've started something.
Literally later the grand finale. Like kama jai kama hip hop awards, no maana hata kuna tickets. Usually it's an invite only type thing, because I feel like it's an industry, it's more networking industry event, having the brands and the creatives in one section. But iko tu right now there's tickets, so that like if you've ever been a fan of the movement, if you want to meet these guys in Nini, like the one occasion where you get to meet all these people under one roof, new ununa tickets. Also it's like make sure it's a hard sell. Like I've knocked on so many doors this year, and this whole culture ya Kenya ya ebu fanya kwanza alafu ukimaliza, like
you've been doing it for long.
Exactly, like it's the concept has already been tested and approved, and then they transferred the Henny market manager, the one I've come to realize, like French people are really about the culture. Like they're really, let's just say white people are about culture type shit. So now they transferred this guy, they have a new boss, and like your conversation imekuwa like strenuous nini, and I'm just like, yo, it really doesn't.
Who's the new guy? Is it the Nigerian or something? because he needs to clean his image on the streets though.
Exactly. Simona wamekuwa,
'cause-
they've been
Oh,
pushing a lot
damn,
of
yeah.
Nigerian shit, no.
Azizi, I mean zile za
Off.
like off
Yeah.
nini, he did
Mm.
some crazy
Wait,
shit
what
that
the fuck did he do?
he did some crazy shit like he was staying at some hotel if I'm not wrong, and unataka hii party run kuzita run kwa unataka run.
Si unaniambia story mimi nasikiza.
Yes, but he was running at some hotel and he was on that sexual harassment bullshit where the cleaners would find him naked. You know, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Like if you ask for someone to come clean your room and you are naked and you expose yourself to women, that's some ish that can get you.
Yeah.
Clean your image first.
Yeah, clean your image first. So if you're doing that shit, of course, promoting other things is going to be hard
This is
because already your dick is hard.
Yeah.
goddamn.
Yeah, like it's nini. I remember hearing that and I was like, unajua kuna zile vitu mtu shinda kwa kureact. 'Cause
You
like,
sure?
you live in the world of Me Too. How the fuck do I know the dude? How did I know he's Nigerian? It's because I was told he's
Fuck.
Nigerian and I've never met him. I don't even know how he looks. But what I know is there's a day when he opened the door but naked and it was more than the people he was expecting. So he had to be there like, oh, sorry. I'm like,
That's actually crazy.
yeah. So he's on that.
That's the naked.
If you have such a big job and you're not trying to protect it, mushindagwa na watu like if you are the
Manze.
marketing manager wa kitu kama Hennessy, you can't get pussy without sexual harassment. Like
That's
how
the thing,
weak
you know.
are you?
You know when we hear all these allegations, I don't know, again nilikuwa na discuss na best yangu jana, like the Diddy situation, they've had Trey songs out, like a bunch of people who are in very powerful positions who literally would be like, yo, I need to get some na line inapangwa. I fail to understand like how it gets to a position where you need to be on
Expose yourself to people who don't want you to expose yourself.
That's
So-
actually some crazy ass shit.
Yeah,
That's
man.
bad PR.
So when I hear that, so now you see with you, you'd say maybe you've tried to pitch and maybe that's what he wants. So now you never know. Unajua mtu kama
Damn.
say it becomes very hard to respect them.
That's the
Nimsenikimita saizi. I don't know how they look. I just heard the story and I was like crazy. I was like, this person has this job. This is a job
that's
that a lot of Africans would do whatever
kill
for.
to have.
And then they're doing this. They're risking their job. They're risking everything just for this. Alafu
Yeah.
like this one time, reason is abonga jo story because there were witnesses. It's more than one person who saw that. So and I was like, you can't respect that, and I can't respect that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
it's
actually-
just one of those.
That's actually fucked up. I had fun working with the French guy.
Yeah.
He was like, what do you need? Done. Like tunaanza mwaka, he's already like, wejua hip hop awards X budget at the end of the year. We will support you and stuff. And I don't know why the transfer was so sudden or abrupt or whatever, but I don't know, it just kind of felt like, you know, maybe they feel some type of way because Nigeria doesn't necessarily have its own hip hop awards show. You
Okay.
know, like there's all these different factors. There's
So he's the marketing for Africa. I'm
For
for
East
Kenya.
Africa.
For East Africa.
yeah.
And he's Nigerian. It's those things of Americans using a Kenyan to play a Somali.
You
Somali.
know, I'm it's the Kenyan accent known as Keuko ni South African plus
Yeah,
Nigerian plus because
okay, because that's wrong. You need an East African person who understands the culture.
the market
And then the West
also-
Africa market use a West African person.
Exactly. It would
South
be
African
easier
use a
that
South
way.
African.
Yeah.
Mm.
When the French guy was here, I think like he worked very closely with Blaze.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think sasa dynamics is may change, so that whole arrangement is also very different. So I don't have official information for sure, but like it's been like a bit of a push and pull. And I was just like, you guys know when it comes to value, we have really given like Hennessy a lot of clout. Like Tuli Saidiana was very symbiotic when it came to like the media partnership and the placement and all that stuff, and also like the elevation of the hip hop awards. I'd definitely say from a business standpoint, there was definitely a value exchange.
Yeah.
But then it becomes also difficult. Kuna pia some fuck niggas wako huko ndani who, I don't know, feel like I have to kiss their ass or ask them for permission to discuss with like business with a sponsor that I've worked with before,
Yeah.
shit like that. As in ni bureaucracy unnecessary. Ile tu niko like I don't have to deal with this shit, man.
Okay but me kilenzaambia tu Nigeria ni just put on your fucking pants, man. Like
damn,
you're lucky, like the people who you handled. I'd pull out my fucking phone so fast, record your ass and tag Hennessy. That's how fucking petty I am.
Yo, that
Like
would,
I don't give a fuck. Like
that would be so damaging.
if you can like, why are you harassing women in 2023?
Facts only.
Like kuna ile time, if you had to take it to medieval times where you don't know if you're going to live tomorrow, I'd understand you harassing people because I'm going to die, there's world war, not taking. But you have this big job, you have this sour, don't support East African artists, support Nigerian kama nataka, but don't then harass East African women, nacheki. Like don't harass any woman,
period.
But, yeah,
like
but that stuck with me. Like mpaka ujue najua ni Nigerian, I know.
Yeah, like
whatever.
the accuracy in the story and the fact that you haven't interacted with this guy is actually
Simtu hata
so
tukipita naye saizi maybe hata ni Ian.
na uwezi
Maybe Ian is Nigerian, I don't know. Sijua mse vile anakaa. I just heard the story and it stuck with me. I was
Nako
like,
in a
damn.
very powerful position. That's so unnecessary, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you're confident enough to open one door butt naked, ningapi amefungwa
Umeopen.
hivyo that
Yeah.
people haven't spoken about. That's such bad behavior.
Yeah, alafu unajua sometimes you get away with this stuff in Kenya till you follow akina Octopizo and whatever to hizo like akina America and then you end up in jail. So at least I'm trying to save you from jail because unajua I'm sure this guy travels with akina Octo. Unacheki. So now one
Tukienda
day
New York and shit,
atajipata
yeah.
iko sing because you thought you could keep exposing yourself to
Any
nini.
sexual offender, lock his ass up.
Yeah. Kwanza nini before that tuendelee story ya Puffy, unaonaje story ya Puff Daddy?
Yo, you guy, do you know when it rains it pours? Yani wase tu wanaonyesha the tunasema the rot in Bad Boy, like all these allegations against Puffy, and for him to maintain a public front like everything is good in the back, that shit is actually mind-blowing, to be honest. Ni crazy. But then Kim has been talking about how yes alikuwa Bad Boy and everything, but like Puff wasn't really the coolest. Didn't go to visit her in jail, misadvised a couple times.
Yeah.
So like even before it came to sexual allegations, his baby mamas, his kids, Kim Porter, Cassie, kulikuwa naka smoke.
Yeah.
I just don't think he took it seriously. And maybe also vile alikuwa nasema Cassie had tried to have this conversation privately, but then unaona maybe haiwezi enda place. But and also the the level of power. If this is the same nigga for sure who got away with like that Pac and Biggie shit, you know how much like he can destroy you in an instant and no one will miss you. So I understand people always like, yo, why did it take you so long to say what you said? But you'd have to understand sexual assault is a power play.
Yeah.
More than anything else. Yes, it's physical, but like it's more psychological more than anything else. You feel like you're helpless, or if I do it and then I end up dead. Msali blow up gari ya Kid Cudi. Like
kuna story nimesikia za Puffy zile ni gangster. So hii story lakini nimekuwa nikiangalia from two perspectives.
Ebu niambie.
Vile ali settle na Cassie, I was like, good for you. The parts where I start getting worried ni kama case ya 1991 or something. The reason why I'm worried about hizo cases are that far back is I remember I used to listen to rap hizo siku, and I've used nilitumia kina Snoop as an example. Ain't no fun if the homies can have none. So hizo siku I used to know that running trains on girls was such an American thing. So what if with this, is it Aaron Hall, they ran a train on this girl, and then the girl now, of course she was cool with it during that time because it was part of the culture. Then years later she sees
like,
Cassie make dough, and then she's like, this is an opportunity to cash a check. So kuna hiyo probability pia where, because I used to see like Pandora's box ikiopeniwa, I don't even think Jay-Z is going to survive it.
I don't think so.
And the reason why nasema Jay hata survive ni juu ile documentary ya Jay. I don't know if you ever watched it, The Street is Watching. So kwa Street is Watching, kuna kuwaga na this one very sexual song kwa hiyo documentary unaweza tafuta hiyo playlist ya Street is Watching alafu kuna kuwaga na there's even like naked girls on it fuck em all day is it fuck em all night we don't love these hoes fuck em all day fuck em all night you see so that scene it's a scene that Jay-Z would never want Blue Ivy to watch ever wacheki so with that in mind what if after your video they went and did that to those girls
you know what like at a story at Jay they would talk about like him and Foxy
Foxy was
when
under.
she was 16 apparently like there's I think one time that he was picking her up and like when she pulled up into the car he had his dick out or some shit like yo I feel like hip-hop by the evolved from such very crazy times I think the misogyny in rap and treating women as objects most definitely translated into like real life situations where which kaizo zili happen but manzijo it's been a very crazy time and I think pia sahi like we're educating ourselves more and you know I guess people are going through like sexual liberation and shit kaizo
but so, now the craziest thing I learned this week and I learned it courtesy of a Netflix show there's a show I was watching and I was like is this right so kuna show nilikuwa na watch ya Netflix I think inaitwa The Normal Family ama The Perfect Normal Family something like that it's a new series so watch the first few minutes of it and in the series there's a sex scene of like a grown up and now a girl of course they're using another grown up so kama 15-year-olds wa Hollywood waganio they're grown women and then after the nini happens the girl is like I'm 15 as the dad wako kwa gari na budake anamwambia like you're 15 kwa nini risk life yako hivyo then anaambia budake I told him to stop but he didn't stop then budake anamwambia yes you told him to stop because if you told him to stop then this is a serious issue I was like I thought it was a serious issue because you go 15 came to find out like in Sweden Finland and what the age of consent is 15
bruh
and then the age of consent is 15 and if you're up to 21 you can do anything with this girl yes over 21 if it can be proven that you coerced her and she didn't know the repercussions and what was end up to jail but so you can find a 40-year-old like Europe is crazy like this is something I never expect unajua Europe said Europe 15 unaangalia Germany it's Germany Denmark unaangalia hizo countries
playlist
yeah oh okay hiyo ngoma ya Jay-Z ilikuwa Street is Watching soundtrack okay motion picture Pimp This Love Madagram The Door Crazy Your Love Thugs Are Us My Nigga I think it has to be either ni Crazy ama Pimp This Love one of the song but kuna kwa na very song it's so crazy hiyo ngoma pake all night we don't like these
damn
yeah so you're Europe how does that make you feel like cuz that
the age of consent being 15
yeah I think
me honestly I don't think a 15-year-old uko in the right mind to make sexual decisions you know I don't even think you know yourself enough to be engaging in any type of sex in your body is like coming into being you haven't even studied how your own hormones make you feel before you introduce like you know external liquid and stuff ni crazy manze
most member states set this between 14 and 16 years the lowest minimum age is 14 years set in 7 member states that's in Austria Bulgaria Estonia Germany Hungary Italy and Portugal
nasikia
so 14 that's 14
yes
that's a child
alafu ni hiyo up to 21 they can do anything they want to do then ukikuwa 22 and above they have to know that did you tell this person about the consequences which is still messed up because I want to understand that you're 14 to 18 I know it's crazy but it's form 1 to form 4 so a form 4 boy taking advantage of a form 3 form you understand they can be in school together alafu afterwards unzaangalia 18 wakimesna up to 21 cause school pia bado like tulikuwa na wewe ukiwa form 1 I was in form 4 then nikatoka we still mess but now the fact tunabonga mpaka juu ya now adults like niko in my 40s but ati nikiconvince mtu wa 14 tunza justify if the kid knew the consequences like
bruh.
it's crazy man. And that's
How?
Europe.
Already that's very fucking predatory. 40 years old na 14 mse like come on umekosa watu warika yako kucheza nao.
Ndio nakwambia like it's crazy for Europe kwanza like
yeah
because American understanding
ziko ahead like people are civilized and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, that's 14 is a little too young.
Actually lenye imenishangaza ni Malta has the highest 18.
Oh.
You expect a law of Maltese, you guys.
Where?
Yes.
14
like you
is
live, you learn.
nasty.
Like I remember I saw that and I was like, damn. I didn't expect that because
England is 16.
England is 16.
Yeah.
So inamaanisha Kenya ni 16 ama? Because just we borrow everything from Kenya.
At some point, I remember us having this conversation.
It was a conversation about lowering the age of
Up at
consent.
2010, it was like around 15.
Ama we push
Kenya, let me check
come
Kenya.
on.
Tuangalie.
Has that
Yeah,
not been a
yeah.
thing?
Sisi we
Kuna
borrow
time
everything
ilikuwa
from
Kenya.
Britain. Everything yetu ni
15.
Brito.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Now it stands at 18.
Change in 2010 ama?
Forever. I think it was a conversation about
Zi change it in 2010 I think. See?
I think ilikuwa convoy ya lowering it to 15. I think that's what happened. Because me, for as long as I can remember, and I'm seeing this as you know, a very, when I was growing up sheltered, Nini wasn't doing none of that shit. Like the conversation at the back of my mind or my head was, after 18 now I can get to do this shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think I was even like actively thinking about like that's a thing that I really need to do.
They discussed that because on up at the Guardian, Kenya debates lowering the age of consent from 18 to 16.
Which year was that?
2021.
Yeah. But when was it changed? Because ilipushwa kwa juu, I think. It used to be lower. Because we borrow everything from Britain. So ka Britain is 16. Walituachia constitution, they left. Yeah, walituachia constitution wakaishia. So nene, but still you're Europe, that Europe thing was messed up.
No, that's still like nasty business to be honest. I don't think we should be policing women. Honestly, the whole conversation imekwanga tu, what can we tell women to do with their bodies and what can we tell them not to do with their bodies without necessarily knowing how it feels like to be in a woman's body. Yeah. So
okay, I think dudes know how it feels to be in
come
a
on,
woman's body.
Mwaf.
Okay, that was an opportunity for a joke. But so kuna hii swali nilikuuliza ile time nikikuuliza juu ya like which female MC should we be on the lookout for, like who is bubbling under